introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Relentless Muay Thai, Langka. Please welcome Jeffries. Gentlemen, set to make his way to the red corner of the ring, representing Langka. Please welcome Kevin O'Donovan.
Side now, O'Donovan has a top knot and a ginger beard, therefore conventional wisdom dictates that he wins this fight outright. No?
Anything could happen. When it gets up to 95 kilos in matches, it becomes mythical. We don't know what's going on. I've seen so many heavyweight matches. They're always entertaining. I can't wait to see both of these guys fight.
Again, we'll see something a little bit different than we saw to the last fight. Last fight taking place at 54 kilos.
Yeah. We did see Jeffries get into the ring and he nearly jumped the top rope in a single bound. He seems quite agile. But again, at this weight division, we get such an assorted level of skills. We can see O'Donovan quite relaxed. He's not phased. Like even the way he made Jeffries miss that teep by an inch, that takes a little bit of experience. He's standing toe to toe, making a miss by an inch or two.
Doing some nice work on the inside of both fighters.
Both seem to be conscious of energy levels, which is good. They seem to be, still haven't found their natural flow, but they're not as frantic as the last few matches, which shows, again, a little bit of experience, which means we're looking for a more technical match. That was a great kick.
Some nice work with the hands by O'Donovan. He's finding those little gaps. He's throwing off the lazy jab and converting that into a hook, which is very nice.
Which again, at amateur level is fantastic. And even there, holding, you'll see the referee give a command there. You're not allowed to hold the ropes in a defensive or offensive manner or position. Technically, if you hold the ropes and kick your opponent, it shouldn't score.
O'Donovan doing a great job of replying every time.
Yeah.
He's very much found himself in that counter-striking modality. Oh, lands in some big shots, working the body now. Referee giving Jeffries a count here. And it's good volume work done by O'Donovan when he realizes he has his opponent hurt. And it's not just head hunting, he was working the body there.
I was just about to say that. He's changing levels, which means he's thinking calmly under pressure while he's putting it on. So I like that. And again, setting it up, throwing a lead leg.
Walking forward with teeps.
I'd like to see something after that teep, even into a skip teep or a knee or hands. He seems to have great hands, O'Donovan.
That's a beautiful pinpoint knee just underneath the armpit. Yeah. Both fighters landing hooks.
Again, both seem to be dangerous with hands, hands being one of the stronger tools both men have. But I think O'Donovan pipping that round there. He just dominated, he pushed forward, and I think Jeffries will find it difficult now. O'Donovan's doing it, he just needs to do a little bit more, clock up the points, and then as we see, Jeffries will have to come forward, and then there'll be a counter shot there. Now that equally works for Jeffries as well. Hit more kicks. There we go, clock up the scores. That's what the judges want to see.
A lot more productive, yep. But every time it seems to be that O'Donovan's the one occupying the center space.
Yeah, and like think of the judges as they're watching. You can only really focus on one person at a time. You can't put equal attention on. So the more, I suppose, aesthetically pleasing style. Two guys are good, but O'Donovan seems to capture attention. Now that can lean when it gets to an equal, at the end of the round it seems to be slightly equal. That more Thai aesthetic style can win a match. It has a natural bias to sway a judge.
O'Donovan seems to have the timing of the kicks of Jeffries, because when Jeffries throws those kicks, the hands come down at typical Thai fashion, but it's leaving that little pocket of space for O'Donovan to hit the counter with the hands.
Absolutely, and we can see O'Donovan there lean back. So he's leaning back doing that little passive action in boxing. We see him just make a miss. But both men comfortable to stand toe to toe.
I think O'Donovan seems to be the one who has the better gauge of the range right now.
Yeah, and fantastic knees, great sweep. Again, that's a good score, but in the context of the round, that alone won't sway a judge. There needs to be more work done from Jeffries to win this round. He needs to keep building on that great sweep.
All right, now again, O'Donovan in predatory mode. Just occupying the center, almost walking his opponent down, trying to find those little pockets of space. Watch out for the big hooks coming after the kicks.
good, and especially when you're tired, you see O'Donovan hit that teep, and that's where it's great as an offensive move. If both fighters want to stand toe-to-toe in the pocket and you stab that teep in, that can take the breath right out of you.
O'Donovan doing a good job there when he throws his kicks, keeping himself protected, either with a hand high or the outstretched arm.
Yeah, he has that long guard.
Yep.
Nice catch again into a sweep.
But it's not just enough to absorb 5 or 6 shots and then sweep the leg.
Yeah, well, it doesn't equate. Again, it's damage and it's Muay Thai. Again, in the gym, it's tough. 2 big guys, 2 heavy hitters, 2 technical guys, but their pad work should be based around. So expecting to see Jeffries come out heavier boxing, O'Donovan jabbing, kicking, and maybe dominating the clinch.
And so far, not to put the commentator's curse on it, but what I said about O'Donovan with the top knot and the ginger beard, ringing to be true so far.
It's nearly a fact. It's nearly a fact at the end of this.
Both fighters landing kicks simultaneously. Oh, shot to the groin. That was as clean as they come. Again, not thrown with any intent to land there. It just so happens when you have fighters standing so close to each other and taking us half a step forward, half a step back.
Absolutely, and obviously the referee, highly experienced, knows that that was an accident. He didn't warn Jeffries, but O'Donovan happy to continue.
The Ginger Viking just going right back to what is working for him, taking the center, landing his shots, no backward steps in him at all.
We see O'Donovan when he's doing that check and his leg is getting spun. That's because the angle of his check is too linear, it's too forward facing. His left
he needs
check
to create more of a perpendicular angle.
It needs to go out 45 degrees to 90 degrees to take the force out. And we see a K1 fighter do it very well. Nicky Holtzkin, outside check lands, jab and a kick. I'd like to see him utilise that more because that would fall naturally with his style.
So instead of having the check just as a defensive?
Yeah, like what we call a teeping guard, like a knee straight up facing.
Big shot over the top from Jeffries. He's not out of this fight just yet.
No, and we can see the boxing is obviously a strong scoring technique for Jeffries. At this weight, anything could happen.
Coming up to the final 30 seconds of the third and final round. Referee calling for ice. Again, just that almost fade away hook from O'Donovan.
He needs to put pressure on now. He's 30 seconds. He just needs to empty his tank, chin down, and look for them hands.
I think understandably a little bit of fatigue setting in.
Yeah,
a crazy pace to be set from heavyweights.
It's tough. These guys weighed in at 95, but they could have weighed in at today 100, over 100. Gum shield coming out.
Last 10 seconds. Will we see a frenzied finish?
No, it's the wrong time to think of scoring points now. I think Jeffries needs to throw a right hook or a jab cross down the middle.
Beautiful fight.
I think you made a fact. I think we might have a O'Donovan win.
Well, we will only know when the big man in the salmon blazer enters the domain of the Deliverance ring. Ladies and gentlemen, your MC, Mr. Terry Kavanagh.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to judges' scorecards. All judges have scored the bout, declaring a winner by unanimous decision and fighting out of